I was recently at a 50th wedding anniversary, and the wife got up to speak and she thanked everyone for coming. And she said, "I want you to know that the last 50 years have passed by like 2 days." One of the guests who were there screamed out, "Like 2 days? Wow, that's incredible. What 2 days?" And she replied, "The 2 days were like Yom Kippur and Tisha B'Av. Yom Kippur is when we fast all day. It's a day of atonement. And Tisha B'Av is the day that we recall and remember the destruction of the Second Temple." Have you ever been to a chuppah, the Jewish wedding ceremony? I'm sure you would have appreciated the great spirituality and the holiness that takes place. But there are a number of customs that are somewhat strange. For example, in many circles, the bride will actually walk around the groom 7 times. I usually explain it because we want the bride to be that dizzy that she'll agree to marry the fellow. On a more serious note, what I usually explain is that each time she walks around the chatan, it's as if another spiritual world is now participating in this wedding, and there are 7 spiritual worlds. So by the time she walks 7 times around, all of the spiritual worlds have come and are participating in this chuppah. However, the custom that I find most fascinating is one which is called the Badeken. It's where prior to the chuppah, the chatan, the groom, will come to the kala and he will take a veil and he will cover her face. Now, in very religious circles, the veil is made from material that is extremely thick, to the extent that the bride cannot really see past her nose, and she's actually needed to be led to the chuppah. So here we have chatan and kala standing under the chuppah, and the chatan, when he looks to his right to see his kala, he cannot see her face. Seems rather strange that under the chuppah he cannot even see the face of the woman he's about to marry. But I believe there's a very profound idea that is being played out here. And that is, we all know, every Jewish kala is extremely beautiful. But as beautiful as she is, by her 50th wedding anniversary, she will definitely not look like she did at the day of her wedding. And the groom is saying to his bride, "I am not marrying you for your external beauty, because that I know will fade. I'm actually marrying you for your inner essence, for your inner beauty, for your inner self." In Ethics of Our Fathers, we read that love that is based on a particular cause, once that cause has been removed, then the love will be lost as well. If one loves someone because of what they give you, as soon as they stop giving, then you, in turn, will stop loving. Only love that is based on emotional closeness and true friendship will last. This idea is seen in the weekly portion. This week we begin to read the 4th book of the Torah, the book of Bamidbar. It is also referred to as the book of Numbers, because at the beginning of this week's portion, God counts the Jewish people, and Rashi points out that this is not the first time that he's counting the Jewish people. And Rashi tells us that the reason why God counted the Jewish people was to express his incredible love that he has for each and every one of us. When you count a group of people, everyone is equal. It is irrelevant how wealthy or how talented you are, you only count as one. And for those who seemingly are insignificant, they are equally counted as one. What then are we really counting? We are not counting their personality, we're not counting their character traits or their wealth, we're actually counting their very essence, that which defines them. God, by counting each and every one of us, is expressing that there is an unshakable love between God and his children. God is saying, "I love you, not because of what you do, but because of who You are. Someone once asked a rabbi, "Rabbi, tell me, how many children do you have?" And the rabbi said, "I've only got one." They said, "Only one? Rabbi, I know that you have at least 10 children. To which he responded, "I have only one Moshe and one Devorah." How often do we hear people say, "I'm in love"? When you ask them to explain what does it mean to be in love, they're lost for words. I'm as lost as the next guy when it comes to defining love. But what I do know is that the way that God demonstrated his love to the Jewish people by counting us, and the way that we stand under the chuppah with the color's face covered by a veil, I understand that a key ingredient and what is at the very foundation of true love is a recognition that you love somebody, not because of what they do, but rather because of who they are. Thank you.